And we're back with another video. Today we're going to be looking at an Ultra League team featuring Gengar. Now, Gengar's only going to have Shadow Claw and Shadow Punch, no second move on this one. So we'll have a look at that and perhaps focus on whether or not it is viable just with one move. We've got Machamp to pair with it. Now, Machamp and Gengar have great synergy, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, but it's running Counter, Rock Slide and Cross Chop. And the third mon today will be one of the more newer mons that's making a bit of a splash in Ultra League, Tangrowth with Vine Whip, Power Whip and Rock Slide. Alright, we're going to get into the games. Now, we're just talking about Machamp and its synergy with Gengar. They basically cover each other's weaknesses really well, so we'll look at that a little bit later as the games unfold. Now, on the lead here we've got Swampert. Now, Theta is a member of the Hobart Discord. He's donated these games to us today, so thanks for that, Theta. Now, he got some energy on his Gengar and swapped out and caught the Hydro Cannon on the Tangrowth, so well done there. But unfortunately, the opposition players brought in a Crobat here, and yeah, it's going to probably farm him down. But the beauty about Tangrowth is it actually protects its weaknesses really well. So flying types obviously are really good against grass types, but Rock Slide from Tangrowth really does put some pressure on here, as you can see. So they'll have to shield this if they want to maintain switch, but now they should be able to farm down. Now, let's see what he does here. Brings the Gengar back in and throws immediately, knowing that the Crobat's near a move. And they just let it go, and he can just farm and get an extra Shadow Claw of energy. Now, they're opting to come in with a fighting type here, which is a bit curious. Gengar will resist the counters, but I imagine they brought it in because it has Night Slash, and it does there. So he's decided to just get that energy and bail out. Now we've got the Machamp against the Swampert here. Pretty neutral matchup, this one. Swampert does get to the moves a little bit faster, and they will hit the Machamp a little bit harder than the Cross Chops will hit the Swampert. So you can see the first one coming through there. He's going to get to another Cross Chop here and put some pressure on. See what happens from here. That move goes through, doesn't KO the Swampert, and it was actually CMP, which is pretty perfect here because it's going to allow the Gengar to come in and grab some more energy. As it farms down, he'll bring the Safetch back in, and he'll get the Shadow Punch here, and he'll get to another Shadow Punch. Now, this is probably an instance where we can see here where he would have had enough for a Shadow Ball or a Sludge Bomb, and that would have one-hit KO'd, and it probably would have been better to use the energy all in one hit. Anyway, into the next game, we've got Gengar against a Lapras. Now, this is probably going to be another example on what we touched on, where Shadow Punch isn't going to be too good. The reason being, as the Surf comes through, this will do a lot of damage. They'd all have to shield this. He's going to build up extra energy here, and he's going to bait the big move, the Shadow Ball. Now, he's only throwing the Shadow Punch. Now, the danger here is Lapras is bulky. It'll do nothing if, and you can see there, it does nothing if they don't shield. So it puts him in a precarious situation, and he's having to throw the next one. They know this is just the Shadow Punch. They're going to let that go as well. And if he wants to preserve the Haunter, he had to get out of there. And this is going to go through. I reckon he can't commit both shields, and they're just going to farm down after the Surf. So had he had a Sludge Bomb or Shadow Ball on there as well, he could have thrown that move. And when a Lapras is generally at full health, they're not going to shield that first move. They don't want to get baited, and they can actually tank the move. Anyway, Machamp comes in, and we've got it against the Dragonite here. He throws a Rock Slide. I reckon they're going to shield this one, and they do. Now, this is coming through. Theta shields here. They're going to want to maintain switch, and they know Rock Slide does a fair bit, so if he baits here, he'll probably get another shield, and he's deciding to bait, so let's see what happens as that goes through. Yep, he's got the extra shield there, and he's swapping straight out into Tangrowth, and what he's trying to do here will be to get to that Rock Slide, and somehow manages to get there before the Dragonite throws a move. So let's see if this KOs. He'd be very lucky. Yeah, I imagine they were probably building up to a bigger move there, perhaps Hurricane, because they were worried about exactly what's happening here. They've got no shields left, and they've got Shadow Swampert coming in. This is going to KO, and probably would have KO'd another Shadow Swampert. So well played by Theta there. That bait ended up being the difference. So on the lead here, he's got the Swampert. Swampert does outpace Haunter to the move, so he's probably going to want to switch out. He got a bit of energy and swapped straight into Tangrowth. Alright, now we've got a Snorlax coming in. He's opting to throw the Rock Slide here. Now, I'm pretty sure that Power Whip is actually the better move and does more damage against the Snorlax. And as we've sort of learnt through watching these videos, bulky Pokemon like Lapras, Snorlax, they're not going to shield that first move because they know it doesn't KO. So he should probably go for the bigger move. But these Rock Slides are pretty spammy, so he's probably going to get a shield with the next one anyway. This will be a Body Slam. It shouldn't KO. He's going to let it go. Now he's going to get a shield here. Otherwise, the opponent's going to lose switch. So let's see if they shield this one. And they don't. They just let it go. So he doesn't have enough energy to get to a move. Oh, yep. Oh, he just squeezed that in. Now this will do a little bit of chip damage. And he'll be able to come in with the Machamp. Alright, so they've got a bit of energy here. Now, they're throwing the first move here. Probably best to shield this. Could be Sludge Wave. And it's Dark Pulse. Okay. So, they're thrown back to back here. So this is Dark Pulse. This is resisted by Fighting Type. So he's opted to shield. He probably shouldn't have shielded there. I imagine this Muck's going to get another Dark Pulse, and he's probably going to see here that when it throws again, how much a Dark Pulse does, and he'll probably learn from that and realise he doesn't need to he's gone back to back with the cross chops there to put some pressure on. Gets both shields. That's really good. I'm not sure why he's done that. He must be weak to fighting in the back. But Dark Pulse goes through, and as you can see, it doesn't do a lot. And he can counter down from here. And let's see what's in the back. Interesting. They had the Swampert there, but he's managed to swap on the move here. He gets, which isn't too bad. He gets the Shadow Punch away. I'm just wondering whether or not he should have stayed in with the Machamp here, because he's going to get farmed down, and then he's going to Hydro the Machamp, and that'll KO. So in hindsight there, he's probably better off staying in with the Machamp, letting the Machamp take the Hydro, and then he probably could have got 2 Shadow Punches on the Gengar, which might have KO'd. But in any case, well played by the opponent there. As we go into the next game, Lucario on the lead now. This is where Gengar will come into his own. Power Up Punch is resisted, so they've got to build up to the Shadow Ball, and they end up bailing out. Now he's going to throw the Shadow Punch here. He's built up a fair bit of energy. Let's see if they shield. They do. Now he's opting to stay in. He's going to throw another Shadow Punch here. Sceptile is very, very quick to get to its moves, but Leaf Blade, if it's got Leaf Blade, is resisted by Gengar because of the poison typing. So this is going to be Leaf Blade or Dragon Claw. It's Dragon Claw. So look, that still wouldn't KO as a move, so he didn't necessarily need to shield that, but he's trading blows here, and he'll get this one away, and this might even KO, and it does. Yeah, Sceptile's very spammy, but pretty weak. Now, he'll get to another Shadow Punch here. What's he going to do after this? This will do a little bit of chip damage. Gets the shield. Seemed to be a bit of lag or something happening there. He gets to another one. This will do a bit of chip damage, and shields are gone now, and he's got a Machamp in the back, so they've thrown, which is terrific and ideal for him. He can just come back in and just farm with the Machamp here. Probably doesn't even need to throw a move. No, he's not going to get to a move. So he's got energy. They've got one Mon left. It's the Lucario. He can shield here. Might be Power Up Punch, but that doesn't really matter. He should be able to get to a move, and this will be super effective and should one-hit KO the Lucario. And does. Now, we talked about the synergy between the Haunter and the Machamp. Now, that's called, basically, that's having good core Pokemon that cover each other's weaknesses. And as we've seen in these battles today so far, they've really covered each other's weaknesses well. Okay, so he's got an Ampharos here. Ampharos is pretty spammy, and he's decided to swap out. He's thrown the Shadow Punch, they didn't shield, he swapped out, and he's got the Thunder Punch here on the Tangrowth, which is great. What are they opting to do? They got a little bit more energy and then went into the Charizard. Now here's why Tangrowth is so unique as a grass type. That Rock Slide, one-hit KO that Charizard, and bang, it's gone. And the next Mon they bring in, it's got Power Whip for that, so it's extremely versatile against those starter Mon. It can really, it only really has to worry about Venusaur. It can hit the other ones really well. Now, he's going to shield this. Probably a good move. They're throwing Hydro Cannon, obviously resisted, but doesn't especially matter. He'll get to another Power Whip here. Gets to its moves pretty quickly too, Tangrowth, so gets the shield, and they're going to have to throw again. He'll let this go. Should be able to come in here and get some energy on Machamp. And from here, it's looking like it's going to be a solid win. They've got one Mon left. It's going to throw Thunder Punch. Don't need to shield this, but can just to be safe. He's going to get to a cross chop here. They'll shield this, but he's still got the Gengar there as well, and he could potentially swap and fast move pressure down to get them to throw, but he's just going to go... probably an unnecessary swap there in the end. There was a bit of lag, and the opposition played. This won't KO, and it'll Shadow Claw down. And that'll be the end of that. Okay, so not a bad team, and thanks for the games there, Theta. Yeah, so the Machamp Gengar core is really what makes this team, and Tangrowth's versatility is just great as a third Pokemon. Nice team. The only thing I'd probably recommend is he needs to get that extra move on the Gengar. It'll have a bit more flexibility if he does that. And thanks for watching. Until next time.